Before the film starts, a line comes on the screen, "Thank you for coming to theaters." And I would like to reply to it, "Thank you for making such an entertaining film to watch post-pandemic." Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and today we'll be talking about the latest Kannada film, Hero, directed by M. Bharath, starring Rishab Shetty, Ganavi Laxman, Pramod Shetty, and many more. Really enjoyed watching this film in the theaters. I was myself surprised that the film is available near me, that too with subtitles. It was so fresh, different, and unique. It was basically like an experimental film, and I've talked about it before also. I made a video about it, you can check it out here, that how Kannada industry is in good hands with all the young filmmakers coming out. They are challenging themselves, they are trying to make better cinema, they want to bring up the standards of filmmaking. They are not at all interested in the formula filmmaking at all. Creatively, technically, in all departments, they want to excel, and that gives me such a good feeling. Cannot wait to watch more films from these filmmakers. And in the beginning, they state that they shot the film after the lockdown with all the COVID rules intact. They didn't have more than 24 people on set at a time, and the film looks so good, you cannot tell it's shot in the pandemic. And I feel having less people also helped making the story and the script better, because it's so streamlined. There are no unnecessary characters or subplots at all. Now there are moments where I could notice that they are using some cheats so they can pull off the story, but I think that's just me, because I have a trained eye. I can look for these things. I know the behind the scenes of how a film is made, but I don't think it hampers the experience at all. Now if you're still thinking to go watch this film in theaters or not, I would again say, if you can, if it's safe for you to go, please go. You'll enjoy a hell out of it in theaters. Now definitely a lot of people cannot go, a lot of families cannot go because it's an adult film, and the censor board just sucks, man. There are 2-3 places where bad word is used and it's beeped out in the subtitles. There are 2-3 very violent scenes which are little blurred, and I'm like, why? It's an adult film, right? And we are adults watching it. Why you have to censor it still? Doesn't make any sense. Now there's no way of telling if the OTT version will be censored or not, so I don't think it will be worth skipping the theatrical experience of this film. Now we have a Discord server with over 700 members. We talk about movies there and even watch movies together, and definitely when this film comes on OTT, we will be watching it together. So if you want to join us for that, do join it, link in the description. Now I'll be going into the spoilers territory, so if you haven't seen the film, if you yet to watch it, you can stop the video here, go watch it, and then come back. The writing is really good in this film. It always keeps you at guessing, and you'll never guess what will happen next. The film begins with an amazing setup. The motivation of the character is very clear. It's a very cliche thing, but they go through it so fast and make it fun and entertaining. We get to know about the love story, the heartbreak, the 5 years he spent drinking, and he blames everything on her. Then we see his plan, his imagination. What will he do? He'll go there, kill everyone, and take revenge. And a lot of scenes from this imagination were there in the trailer, and we have seen the trailer and know that the place he's gonna go is very different than what he's imagining. So we already know we are in for a ride. It will be fun and hilarious when he finds out what the true place is. We as audience already know everything, but the character doesn't, and there itself there's so much potential for great storytelling. They reversed everything. Mostly what happens is that the character knows everything and we as audience are told everything. But here we as audience know everything and the character doesn't. And all of this builds up so much tension and makes it so fun to watch it. Love the villain setup, that whole one take of him catching the butterfly and then sitting down. Totally sets up his character. Love the whole story about the tiger Panappa Don, who had a tiger who used to eat his villains. And now this guy has a crocodile and he has a crocodile tattoo on his chest. It's just so refreshing and fun, and it's so well shot, considering they did it in the pandemic. Throughout the film, there are a lot of visual gags. A lot of times sound editing is used to crack a joke, which is very innovative. There's a scene where Rishab Shetty has to remove a knife from his bag and the music starts to build up, but he removes a comb. So he puts it back and again tries to remove the knife and the music starts to build up. There's so much comedy in the references. One of the goons is talking in that Bahubali language. First I didn't understand it, but then I realized, oh, it's from Bahubali, I've heard it somewhere. And you can totally see the Tarantino inspiration in this film. I think a lot of Kannada filmmakers are inspired from Tarantino. They love his films. There's this joke also, the dog is named Django, and in his imagination he gives him the biscuit and calls him Django Unchained. That was hilarious. Ulidavaru Kandante, like one of my favorite films from India. It's an unofficial remake to Pulp Fiction. The whole film is inspired from Pulp Fiction and Tarantino. That was Rishab Shetty's debut film. Even Rishab Shetty was in that film. And then ASN, that too very much inspired from Tarantino. Western kind of a look. I've reviewed these films, you can check it out here. Before I continue guys, if you're finding value in the video, do consider hitting the like button, because when you do that, YouTube promotes this video and more people can watch it. Also consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to get notification whenever a new video drops. Now coming to the goons. In almost all the films, goons are just there to fight the hero and work under the villain, that's it, right? But here, because the story is about just this house and everything happens here, we get to know about these goons, the different personalities they have, the different things they have, the problems they face. It makes them so relevant and relatable. There's a goon talking about he cannot take loan from the bank, and the other goon is like, oh, aren't they scared of us? We are the gangsters, right? And he's like, no, fear cannot pay the loan back. That is such a great line. Like, you know, we never think about these things. The problems goons and gangsters face. Then there's this strong and muscular goon who only gets one egg to eat, so he's sad. He's so soft spoken. He wants to complain about it. So good. Then they're going on a hunt to kill their enemies, but the jeep is not starting, so they have to push it. Like, how did they come up with these things? It was so fun to explore these characters. That whole scene where they have to decide who will come with them for the hunt. You know, one by one he's asking how you want to kill your enemies, and the responses each of them have, like, so hilarious. And you know, all this doesn't take away from the film at all. And when that twist happens, oh my god, that was such an epic moment. Such a great way to establish a female character. She is not a damsel in distress. Yes, we have seen the trailer, we've seen the film before, how she is treated by him, but she gives it back, man. And the moment that heroine tag comes on the screen, oh my god, that was like a CT scene. I don't think I've ever seen a scene like that with a woman character. So badass. And the best part is, this woman character is strong throughout the film. It's not just for this moment or something. She does so many things throughout, you know, she takes the charge. And coincidentally, I saw this film on a Women's Day, and I think the scene was perfect for that occasion. The cook character, man, I just loved him. He was so, I don't know what he was. Like, it was so fun to watch him. The way he, like, it was so refreshing. Like, I had no clue what this character is, how will he behave. He was so unpredictable. Now, definitely there are some slow moments where they try to build that love story, them reconnecting. There's a beautiful song with it, and I like it. You know, when there's a movie so action packed and you slow down for these moments, I really like it because you get to spend time with the characters. And the hero, he's so different than a traditional hero we have seen, being macho and all, you know. He has a bullet, he looks stylish, he has his sunglasses, but when the time comes, he's so scared, he doesn't know what to do. He passes out looking at a dead body. By the interval, the film really sets up everything perfectly, and I'm so much excited to see what happens next. I have to talk about the BGM. You know, on this channel, if you have seen my other videos, I've talked about I'm not a big fan of BGMs. I'm not really good at, you know, telling music, understanding music. I'm very picky about it, but I have to say, man, the BGM, oh my god, lovely, loved it. I was just grooving on it throughout. And even the music, the songs were so good. I may even add them to my playlist, you know. I haven't talked about it, you know. I listen to songs because of the lyrics, you know. But the songs in this film, I don't know if I understand the lyrics or not, but I just loved hearing to them. Now, coming to the second half, things start to change. The film starts to drag a bit. There's definitely a lag. I think the chase sequence just went too long. They could have easily cut out some scenes. They were not necessary at all. I think getting drunk in the climax and that whole scene, how it followed, really didn't add much. I think it took away from the film, because until now, everything happening in the film was so organic. But once he got drunk and how he was behaving, it was funny and all. We were laughing in the theater, but it just went on too long, and they tried to make it funny and comedy scene, but it didn't really work for me that much. I like that situational comedy which was organic, and here it was, you know, planned. Oh, he got drunk, his leg is fine now, he's just taking the villain and roaming around and, you know, making fun of it. Like, I think it took away from the, you know, heaviness of that scene, the importance of that scene. It's a climax, you know, there's this big twist just happened, people are dying left and right, and suddenly it's just takes away. The tone totally changes. The twist was good. With Tiger Panappa's son has returned, and he was the only one getting beaten up, and now he has killed everyone. When we get to know that the son was missing and they never killed him, I thought maybe Rishab Shetty will be that character, but no, again, it's something else. At the end, I think the theme is about the cycle of violence. One gangster killed by another, and the whole family was killed, and the kid wants to take the revenge, and he wants to kill everyone, and it continues, and by the end, both of them die. I thought the cook will also have a twist. We'll get to know why he's like that, or he'll do something big, but nothing really happened with him. He was just cooking, and that's it. It was still funny, but I wish there was more to that character, because it was so lovely. You know, by the end of the film, it was like a cricket team needs 36 runs in the last over, and the first 5 balls were hit for 6. But on the last ball, the batsman tried to hit a 6, but he got caught on the boundary. I think Akhilesh Kinogoli sums it up perfectly. A great chewing gum eaten too long becomes little bitter at the end. Also, the slogan of the film, before you become a hero, you have to be a coward. I think the film never attains that, because when the villain shows up, we get a villain tag. When the heroine shows up, we get that heroine tag. And I was kind of waiting, maybe at the end we'll get the hero tag, that finally he has done something heroic and he'll get that hero tag. But it never really happens. There was not really a defining moment where like he did something and now you can call him a hero. We saw he was a coward, and then at the end he got drunk, and then he stopped drinking. Now he killed someone, and then they just walk out, and there's no moment like that where he becomes the hero. And I kind of felt it was missing. Coming to the acting, I think all of the characters were good. Technically there are some offbeat moments here and there, but again I think that is just because of me, because I know the behind the scenes, I can see those things through my eye. But overall, again, a great watch, so entertaining, experimental, fresh and unique. With all its shortcomings, I would still say it's a must watch. So guys, that is the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, check out the videos. If you like them too, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.